Welcome back to Common Underground. I'm your host, Common. Nice to see you guys again today. How do I sound? I sound good? You guys can hear me? Good. All right. Hey, I got something special for you guys today. First of all, cheers. I haven't said cheers to you guys in a couple of weeks. Drinking coffee with cinnamon in it. You guys don't know, that's the best way to drink coffee. And Joanne, there is something in this cup. My homegirl Roxy said I ain't drinking shit. She don't know what she's talking about. So today I got a special one for you guys today. Look at, because dude, let me tell you something. No, before I get into that, let me tell you guys something. I like my Common Underground coffee cup. It's a cutie, but it's not big enough. I take big gulps. I got a big mouth. You know what I'm saying? So I always have an extra cup here that I'll pour some extra in there like that. Because you know what? I love Wolverine and I love Deadpool, but I don't want to give their movie any more advertisement. I'd rather advertise my own show. You feel me, right? All right. So that's enough of that fucking jazz. So today's a special day. Like I said, I'm going to do something called a twofer again. So listen, last time I chose a graffiti artist of the month. His name was Scuff from War Crew. See, Scuff, you're dope as fuck. Shout out to you, brother. When I chose you, after I already recorded the video and I started editing, I didn't realize what I should have realized right away is that most of those photos did not just include you, it included another bomber, someone who seems as if you go bombing with a lot, and they were in most of the photos. And I also didn't even mention him, and I felt like shit after I dropped that video. But again, so I was like, well, I gotta go back and fucking fix this. I already had a couple graffiti artists of the day for the rest of the weeks lined up, so I couldn't do anything with that right away, so I'm making up for it now. So today's twofer, and I'll explain how that works in a second, is Casp from motherfucking War Crew. Shout out to you, Casp. And Elder from motherfucking War Crew and BTB, Born to Bomb. We got the Warlocks and the Born to Bomb brothers on the fucking show today. Listen, so the way it works was, I went through Instagram like I always do, when I found Casp. I'm like, okay, finally, fuck it, I'm gonna give Casp the respect that he goddamn fucking deserves. And then I noticed that Casp also bombs with another brother that he seems that he bombs with a lot. And I was like, the same thing's gonna happen again, because I'm gonna fucking drop a whole bunch of fucking Caspy. I'm gonna say Caspy because that's what you like being called. I'm gonna drop a bunch of Caspy fucking flicks, and there's gonna be a bomber right next to him named Elder that I'm not going to give any fucking kudos to. So I'm not doing that shit again. And again, there are some other motherfuckers that you bombed with in here. Shout out to you, Actor. Listen, Actor, I would have gave you the graffiti artist of the day, but you're the graffiti artist of my heart. I miss you, man. Love you, man. I haven't fucking seen Actor in 25 years. I hope you still got that bike, homie. I'm happy you're still bombing and shit. Shout out to SFA crew. Actor, I'm happy you're still on the fucking move. You're still active and you're still getting down, getting busy. Shout out again to SFA, D-More, CMK. Shout out to Rolo. Mad love, mad respect and shit. I just had to say that because I know Casp, he's not just fucking with War Crew, he's also with SFA, and I know he bombs with D-More. Listen, Casp, when he joined War Crew in 1998, he was recruited by the founders of War Crew, Detail and Pride. So shout out to Detail and Pride, OGs, real fucking OGs. You know what I'm saying? Casp is obviously from Southside Chicago. He's been bombing since like 1995. I know he joined War in 98, and he's been going fucking ham. He did take some time off, and we'll get into that in a minute because I want to talk a little bit about that. And let me talk about Elder for a little bit. Elder is from Little Village, the Bill, motherfucking K-Town. For all of you that don't know shit about Little Village that ain't from Chicago, I'll tell you right now, it is one of the largest Hispanic Mexican communities in Chicago, next to the Pilsen community where I am from. Same like Casp, Elder's been in the game since about 95 to 98. I know he joined BTB crew in 1998. After some time with BTB, he moved to California, to Oakland to be exact. Shout out to all the Cali homies out there. Shout out to Oakland. While he was there, he was doing some traveling, getting down to the nitty gritty, getting nice and dirty down there, traveling back and forth from Chicago to Tijuana. No, he was not moving tamales like you think he was and shit. He was bombing and getting down to business. So after some time out there in Cali, he ended up coming back to Chicago and joining the infamous motherfucking War Crew, along with Casp, and they've been fucking doing their thing ever since. Listen, Elder, you're dope as fuck, bro. Your style is fucking original to you. It's fucking straight fucking fire. I love it, dude. I love seeing your work and shit like that. Elder Elks, man, on IG, on Instagram. I'm gonna drop both of you guys' Instagrams on here so you guys can get some follows, some likes and shit, because you deserve it. And listen, I know my homeboy Elder likes to read books and shit. I'm gonna send you a copy of my book. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you want to write a book, write about your time in Tijuana, that one sultry evening. I'll help you with that. But no, I'm just fucking around. I don't know shit about that sultry evening. I wasn't even fucking there. Yeah, so listen, shout out to both you homies, man. I got a chance to talk to Casp a little bit yesterday, and we go back quite a ways, man. The way Chicago's set up geographically, segregated wise, racially, and what you call it, basically segregated wise, gangland wise, I can't find the word, gang politics, we can't all meet each other. So like at any given time, a graffiti artist in Chicago back in the 90s, we may talk up to 50 graffiti artists a month, and sometimes even more, solely based on how many house parties you go to, especially in the summer. So like if you go to house parties at daytimes, you're gonna bump into a lot of graffiti artists, and you may not all be from the same neighborhood, so you probably never bump into each other again unless you're on a bus or on a train. But like I said, you guys see each other, you might know each other for a few minutes and shit like that, get each other's phone numbers and things like that. But for the most part, you kind of stuck with your crew or your brother crew, like your cliques. For example, everyone got a brother crew. Like for example, War and BTB, SFA, those are brother crews. TDM had brother crews. DTC, NMU, AWC, those are brother crews, you know what I'm saying? And again, we went to war with NMU, but they were still our fucking brothers, you know what I'm saying? And the same thing, even when we went to war with TFS and all them and shit, we grew up with most of the guys anyways. Like, this is the way Chicago politics are. So basically, you hang out with who you grew up with. And a lot of times the guys you grew up with either grow up to join a gang, or be a neutron, maybe be a breakdancer, be a DJ, or be a graffiti artist. But doesn't mean because you grow up with somebody, they join the same crew. They may join a different crew, and then that crew they join, your crew might go to war with their crew eventually. But it's all love. I mean, we get into stupid fights when we're kids. I talked about that earlier on, but that's not the point I'm trying to get to right now. The point I'm trying to get to is that when I see Elder and I see Caspi and I see Scuff, you know what I'm saying? When I see them bombing together and shit like that, one thing I want to mention, I noticed that they rub off on each other a little bit. They both got their individual styles, but they also have a style that I could tell that they honed in on. They practiced a lot, and they worked out each other's styles together so that whenever they did anything, it's very cohesive. It's something I kind of see a little bit when I watch Orphan and Memes have been working together over the years, because like they're TDM, so I've been following them since the fucking beginning of their time as graffiti artists to where they are now. Like I can see how they kind of just bounced off each other with styles. So now whenever they do a piece, it's symmetrical, it's cohesive, it works together, and that's amazing because that just shows me your camaraderie and the brotherhood that you guys got. That when you guys are all bombing together, you guys do something together where I could see you're kind of creating an image of a style that you guys all kind of honed in on, mastered, and bounced back and forth off each other to make the whole entire wall or a train or whatever piece you're working on look like a solid, cohesive, symmetrical piece. And that right there is what a crew is. A one unit crew. That's what a crew is. And I noticed that you guys are doing that, and that's fucking mad respect for that. Because listen, it is hard being friends with somebody for 20, 30 years, man. And the fact you homies been friends for that fucking long and you guys are still bombing together, and I can see, you know what I'm saying, the influence that you guys have on each other through your art. Because listen, I'm a bomber, dude. I notice all that shit. And you guys didn't tell me about this shit. I just notice it. When you see that, I just know that there's a lot of fucking love right there. There's a lot of fucking carnalismo right there. There's a lot of love, a lot of homeboys fucking stick together through art, and you guys have done that. And again, I have a lot of homies that I fucking grew up with for the last 30 years. Some I see and talk to, some I don't fucking talk to, but I know if I call them, they'll come through, say, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about, man. You guys are brothers. You guys stay brothers. And I fucking love that shit, man. Absolutely love it. So cheers to you guys. Cheers to what you do for the graffiti culture. Cheers for what you do for Chicago. Cheers and shout out to you for representing the hip hop culture, representing California, Oakland, Tijuana. You guys are the graffiti artists of the day. I don't want to fucking beat a dead horse. You guys know that I think you're dope as fuck. I wouldn't be giving you this fucking beautiful mention if I didn't think you guys were dope as fuck, but you are. Going back to Chicago, man, and how it was in our heyday in the 90s with graffiti. Like I said, if you didn't grow up around the same area with each other, it was very slim to meet each other unless we met at a house party or on a train or something like that. But like, it was crazy because the way everything was set up back then, crews had like a lot of structure. And when I was talking to Casp last night, he mentioned that he had taken a break from doing graffiti because he needed to raise his kids, and that's fucking so much respect, dude. The fact that he told me that, it just fucking made me realize he's a real one, you know what I'm saying? And I recognize that shit all day. Because listen, just because you take a break from graffiti, from your hobby, to raise your kids and stuff like that, doesn't mean you're a toy, doesn't mean you're whack, doesn't mean you fucking gave up on the game. Nothing like that, bro. It just means that you're prioritizing your life. And listen, sometimes life gets in the way, and it's gonna get in the way if you're fucking living it correctly. That's what it is. If you're doing it right, life's gonna get in the way, and you're gonna have kids, and you're gonna have to raise those kids. You're gonna get a job, and you're gonna have to do that job. You're gonna have rent, you're gonna have mortgage, you're gonna have insurance, you're gonna have fucking methadone clinics, and divorces and stuff to pay for. So shit gets hard, shit gets expensive. But once you get all that shit out the way, 2, 3, 4 divorces, alcohol addiction, all that stuff. Once all that shit's gone and your kids are gone or in fucking high school or whatever, your daughter fucking got herself a Sancho and everything's good to go, bro, you can get right back on the horse and start painting again. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. After I fucking squared away my time with the army and shit like that, got myself squared away, dude. I got myself paid real nice. I can just relax now with a nice ass pension and just chill. I can focus on my hobbies again, dude, because what I wanted to do was write a book. I moved to Romania so I could write a fucking book. Now I wrote 3. I'm working on another one. I moved to Romania because I want to start painting again. Now I've been painting, you know what I'm saying? And Cass did that too, man. He had shorty, so he took time, took care of his family, took care of his priorities, took care of his household. And now he's at an age, his kids are at an age where he's comfortable again, getting back on the fucking horse and focusing on his fucking craft again, on his love again, on his hobby. And again, you hear me keep saying graffiti's a fucking hobby. Because graffiti is a hobby, dude. And like my homie keeps saying on his fucking podcast, bro, he hasn't met a single fucking person in the graffiti world that makes real money off graffiti. And to be honest with you, bro, I've been doing the same thing, looking around and looking into that. And he's right. I don't fucking know nobody else in the graffiti world that makes real money off graffiti. Here in Europe, that might be a different case. Again, I am researching that. And I'm going to find out what that's all about because I think they do make money off of it here because it's more of a novelty here. I would say Europe is what Chicago was in like 1992 in terms of graffiti. It's kind of what it reminds me of. And that's actually fun for all of you motherfuckers back in the States that want to come bombing. Call me, get yourself a plane ticket, come out here. This is where the fun is at. So that being said, what I was saying was, it's a hobby if you're not making fucking money off of it. But it's also an art, it's a skill, it's a craft, and it's something that's part of a culture that you make your own. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of the hip hop culture is not just being a graffiti artist. You know what I'm saying? Being a part of the hip hop culture is not just being a rapper or a DJ. It also is being a fucking fan. Being a spectator, being a fan is actually being a part. There's a lot of motherfuckers that just love hip hop, dude. Just love hip hop, but just ain't talented for shit. But they got good weed, and you know what I'm saying? They hook it up with chicks and shit like that. So I'm down with them all day. You know what I'm saying? They fucking love hip hop. I love them. But that's just the way that is. So going back to what I was saying, just being a graffiti artist in that realm of space, gotta understand that element of graffiti is different than every other element. simply solely in the fact that the element of graffiti in the hip hop chain is the most dangerous element. Being that, for example, in Chicago, if I go out and do graffiti 5 nights a week, that's 5 days out of the week I break the law. All right. Now, if I need to do graffiti 5 days a week, I also have to steal to do it. Because if I'm a teenager, we stole spray paint. We all fucking stole spray paint. Because in Chicago, they did not sell spray paint, and we didn't have jobs to pay for the fucking hiked up ass priced cans at Home Depot in the suburbs. So we stole. And we got paint all over our fucking clothes all the time, so we had to steal our gear because we didn't have money to buy new clothes because we wanted to look fresh, so we can look dope like the Wu-Tang Clan, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding, but we did dress like the Wu-Tang Clan for a while. I'm not gonna lie. So, not only are we selling weed to make money, facts, everybody I fucking knew sold weed at some point, or acid or something. We all fucking stole cars, cans, fucking radios, CD cases. I mean, we stole. And we did graffiti illegally every almost 4 to 5 days a week. So we were doing illegal activities almost every day of the fucking month. If some way, somehow, we were doing some type of illegal activity. And because of that, it was dangerous. Not just dangerous because in order for us to do our illegal activity, we had to go into another neighborhood that was dangerous for us to be in because it wasn't our hood. But we had to go in their neighborhood and do illegal shit in their hood. So we had to not get caught by those motherfuckers, and we couldn't get caught by the cops. You know what I'm saying? So that was a twofer. I love that twofer for the day. Then all the shit you gotta do to do that fucking illegal activity. And I get it, dude. DJs, it was dangerous too, because you may be from fucking Brighton Park, or you know what I'm saying, or wherever, Cicero, and you may have to go to K-Town, you may have to go to the Wild Hunters to do a set and shit like that. And you know what I'm saying, that could be dangerous because there could be some cats there that don't ride with you and you can get jumped. Got it. But you're not going there to break the law. It's a little bit different. Same thing with B-boys. I get it. You guys go into different neighborhoods to go to these house parties and have B-boy competitions and go to tournaments. And I get it. They have different sets and you guys can get jumped. But you're not going there to break the law. What we did was complete opposite of what everyone else was fucking doing. We were probably breaking more laws than the gangbangers on the streets. We were breaking as much laws as the biggest drug dealers in the baddest neighborhoods. We were fucking breaking laws every single day. And that is our element. Graffiti element. So if anybody got anything to fucking say when it comes to hip hop and all that shit, like who's got the most heart in hip hop, like who's the, you know what I'm saying, who's the baddest motherfuckers in hip hop, dude, I'll fight you if you say it's not for fucking graffiti artists, dude. I'll fight you if you say it's not graffiti artists. Nobody goes harder for hip hop than a graffiti artist. Nobody does, dog. Nobody. I don't give a fuck. And if you tell me, look at, I got my homeboy Epic, bro. Epic, BTB, ex-TDM, was TDM Pilsen with me. Grew up with him, motherfucking Juan. I love you, I miss you. I just talked to Juan the other day. You know, Juan got injured and shit like that, and he can't b-boy anymore, and he's in my age, you know, in the 40s and stuff like that. And that sucks. But, dude, you don't see guys like Epic that are fucking, out of the hundreds of b-boys you probably come from 1990 to 2024, there's probably like 3 of them still b-boying. But 100 of fucking graffiti artists that come from 1990 to 2024, there's probably maybe about 35 of them still painting right now. And not to say that, yeah, b-boying is a lot more fucking athletic and you can get injured. Of course you can. But graffiti is just as dangerous, bro. You've been arrested 2 or 3, 4 times. You can't get arrested anymore. And dude, the fucking time span for doing graffiti is smaller than the time span for doing anything else in hip hop. That's what it is, because it's a crime. So if you get caught multiple times back to back, your graffiti career is over. I would say 4 to 6 years in the good fucking scheme of things, like the perfect fucking number for any graffiti artist to get his name up. Here's how much time he has. That's how much time he has. Because after that time period, a lot of things happen. Either you've been arrested too many fucking times and you got court cases, you got way too many fucking fines, you got to do all this extra duty shit, just massive fucking amount of shit you got to do because you've been arrested multiple times. Second, you've been injured multiple times, falling off rooftops. I've fallen multiple fucking times. I talked about that shit. Falling off rooftops, getting hit by fucking vehicles, and just wild shit, just getting injured. fights, just fights, dude. I've been fucked. I talked about fighting, just that by itself, how fucked up I've been through fighting. And another one is just fucking, once you get a job and you start working, you can't commit crimes anymore because you get caught. There's too much on the line. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm a rapper, I can get a job and keep rapping. If I'm a DJ, I can get a job and keep DJing on the weekend. You feel me? If I'm a B-boy, I can get a real job and still B-boy after work or on the weekend. But you can't do graffiti anymore because if you get caught, you can lose your fucking job. That's what I'm saying. Like that, the grind of being a graffiti artist in hip hop is harder than any other grind in hip hop. So any motherfucker still doing graffiti to this day after 20, 30 years, dude, they're the most hip hop motherfuckers you'll ever meet. Ever meet. That's why I do what I do and give so much love to graffiti artists. That's why I'm giving so much love to Casp. Why I'm giving so much love to Elder. I give a shout out to all my homies out there. Actor. Why I'm saying fucking thank you for continuing to represent hip hop, keep representing the culture and shit like that. Because the grind is way fucking harder. It's way more dangerous and detrimental to your fucking life, especially if you have a fucking family. And a lot of people don't talk about that shit. And I might be the only fucking person you ever heard say any of this shit. Facts. You know what I'm saying? If I get arrested doing graffiti right now, you know how fucking horrible that'll look? A veteran, dude? You know what I'm saying? But I risk it, you know why? Because I fucking love this shit. Dude, people when they're 40s see me, they're like, man, what the fuck, dude? This guy's in his 40s? Wasn't he in the army? Didn't he retire? Isn't he blah, blah, blah? Like, don't he have kids? Don't he have a family? Why does he do graffiti? You know what I say? Fuck you. This is my shit. It's what I love to do. It's what I've always loved. It's my art. It's my fucking culture. I'm going to always do it. I'm always going to fucking love it. And I'm always going to represent it. And I'm always going to give homage and pay respect to everyone else that does it with me. Because this is what it's all about. There's too many motherfuckers pushing each other down in this world right now. And right now, the only motherfuckers that have the power to come up out of all this bullshit is this culture. And you know how I'm able to know that and see that? Because all that stuff going on around the fucking United States and Chicago and all that stuff. Dude, you know what happened when all those cops started paying attention to all that other bullshit? Dude, all the graffiti artists just started coming out the fucking ground and rose to the top. Motherfuckers I haven't heard or seen from in years started bombing again. There's more 40-plus-year-old graffiti bombers right now that there's ever been in history because the cops aren't paying attention anymore to us. In the 90s, they wanted to fucking murder us. They're the ones that fucking created the separation really between us and the gangs. They made it harder on graffiti artists, and now like all these motherfuckers are bombing, bro. I'm seeing them all go, dude. I'm watching them, dude. I love it. All these guys in their fucking 40s. I'm not gonna shout out your name. You already know who you are, and I talk to almost all of you because I grew up with most of you. So that's the fucking grind. That's why I do this. This is why this exists, motherfuckers. Don't disrespect me. I'm only giving you motherfuckers love. I can't do this no more, man. BTB, shout out to you. War Crew, shout out to you. Casp, Elder, you're the motherfucking shit. Scuff, thank you. You're fucking dope as fuck too. Shout out to my homies all back home in Chicago. Peace, love, and flower power. Thanks for tuning in.